So, okay, guys, this is gonna be a trade recap for previous weeks, Wednesday's long NQ longs, which I could not take, but the founder of the server, Mask, took them. I wasn't at my system, so I will be breaking down that logic and the complete walkthrough of it. This was the idea Wednesday. Well, let's see. Let us have a look, a short and quick look, and then I would go on to my charts, deeply explain it. मैंने मार्च ला देनी है यूट्यूब पे, ये चलता नहीं है बीच बीच में मेरा नेट, तब तक चली जाएगा जब तक मैं वेडनेसडे पे पहुंच जाऊंगा, ठीक है। ओके, इफ वी गो टू द डेली चार्ट, मेरा नेट हार्ड है ना, चला हाँ चल गया। सो दिस वाज हिज एंट्री, दिस इज जस्ट द लास्ट पार्ट, everything comes with the framework, that is the main thing, so we'll talk about that. Leave this for the moment, or we can make them a bit uh, yes, now good. Coming into the week, we had a protected swing to our side, so we can look to trade away from it. And the just from the daily chart, only relevant level I could see where I could frame longs from is this Thursday, or you can say Friday's low. Friday's daily candle isn't visible. Let me see it. Friday's daily candle is not visible due to the bank holiday. So till this low. This is Monday. Okay. हाँ, लैपटॉप स्लो नहीं चल रहा, नेट स्लो चल रहा है, मार चल रही। So this is protected, in my opinion, going into the next week. So only level just based off of the daily which I could look to frame longs off of would be this, right? And I won't go into Tuesday's price action, I won't go into Monday's price action, but after Tuesday's closure, you can see a lower time frame reversal form in there, right? Just based off of the daily framework, EQ of this relevant opposing candle staying intact, right? So this is good of a framework. High resistance being created below, low resistance above, so longs extreme high as the draw. So this is Tuesday. Tuesday confirms it even more. Monday you would have less framework. By Tuesday's closure, this would get confirmed more. And when we get onto the low time frame chart of Thursday, net both fast. Why can't, let's switch once again. Look, ये दिक्कतें पहले नहीं हो सकती थी। Okay, now good. Okay, if I put out intra-week separators there, this is Monday, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday. So going into the week, we already talked about this daily protected swing to our side. पानी पीना पड़ेगा, मैं मर जाऊंगा। एक सेकंड दो है मेरे को। and same on the 4 hour, protected swing to our side. And so the only relevant levels where a next protected swing could form were these. So we could see Monday setting up the intra-week low V shape kind of. So assuming this as the low of the week, then Tuesday you could have thought to long. Yes, won't talk much about Tuesday currently. The long was Wednesday. This was a manipulation of this low and then SMT. I won't use this kind of manipulation, but it was SMT with here. That's why using it. So London reversal, New York continuation. 2 a.m. is London, so 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. continuation as well. 6 a.m. mainly did the work. Now if we get on to the lower time frame, यार net अभी भी क्यों slow है? Now having a one clear idea of longs, so we would want a daily open low, then trade away. So this looks like a good protected low of the day. London reversal and so New York continuation towards the draw. And so I am not much bothered about this. The daily's closer is telling me much more than this less willing price action, and this current high of the week would be a level of relevance to me. Yes. ब्यूटी भाई आवाज काम है या चुभने वाली है? यार इस पे मैसेज नहीं है।
अच्छी है।
ठीक है, ओके।
Yes.
So this current week's unestablished high of the week being an objective for me, and why NQ not ES? Because if you have a look at ES at the same time, we had a protected swing next to this, so this could have been long, but we are talking about better preference. NQ would have been better preference clearly, but this won't be much of relevance if you are framing till there on ES. I'm talking about. Then this would count as a failure swing to this, but why not if you can? So longing ES still good, but why not NQ if you can frame the better result? So NQ being the better preference, ES also does the move, but if you don't see this this level which is previous day high, this and this have enough separation between them, so if price wanted it could have framed lower off of this while having a protected high intra-week. This was Monday, Sunday 6 p.m. I may need to put up those separators here as well. So this previous day high level could have made ES go lower till there. So this was a level of relevance to me, and so I was wanting to see how price is reacting there. Plus ES has the protected high in the intra weeks range, like not properly protected but kind of manipulated, you can say, in the intra week range. And this displacement lower than protected high, so I am still worried about this, that if ES wanted it could have made it go lower off of this. So I am paying attention to this previous day high level on ES. NQ I am not much worried about previous day high level because the current high of the week being unprotected, and so a minimal requirement, minimal expectation. These previous day high level isn't of much relevance, just failure swing. This is of a little bit relevance, and ultimately this being the objective. Nothing that could stop it to go till there. और अब इसमें क्या बोल रहा था? हाँ, so now getting into the lower time frame, London reversal, New York continuation. Just ये क्या बोल रहा है? Just staying staying cautious about the previous day high level over ES. यार सेशन करते टाइम मेरे को इतनी कहाँ से है. Now, if you have a look, London reversal, this being a minimum objective, but I am using both pairs to my advantage. If he has wanted, it could have made it go lower. So still, I am more so waiting around 9:30 drivers to validate the idea and not validate one or invalidate, and see how ES is reacting off of the previous day high level. Not much worried about NQ's previous day highs level, not a relevant level, current high of the week and range high. So not even marking it out. So if we go around there, this is around New York 8:30 9:30. So let's get into it. ES reaches this previous day high level here. You can see Tuesday's range. Okay, ES reaches it there. So if it wanted to make it go lower, you can see clear difference between here and here. If it wanted to make it go lower, this would have been the uh, best place to make it go lower, right? Having a protected high in the intra-week range and then the unprotected relevant levels manipulation there, then the driver should confirm it to go lower if it wanted to. But if we go on to the lower time frame, what do we see? Price expands into it, comes back, sweeps an opposing swing, and then starts displacing away from it. This tells me something, that price is not showing much relevance to this previous day high level, instead breaking through it, forming a true breakout over it, failing to manipulate this high. And if this fails to manipulate this current week high, then NQ reaches its ultimate draw, which is high of the week and the ultimate range high, because only thing that could stop NQ was ES previous day high. So if ES fails to manipulate this high, so means it is gonna continue through it, and if it is not manipulating it, it is gonna continue through it, right? So continuation means displacing through. So I would frame the better asset, which for which I already do have the framework. So at the same time, around here, if you have a look at NQ, same thing, you can use sweep of these XYZ, and we had SMT somewhere here as well, this low I guess. So this low, this low as well, so no worries. So this is good of a framework for me to capitalize, and so this was the logic behind it, not just any entry model, mainly focused on narrative, why it should go there and why from here. See how I put emphasis on ES previous day high level even when I am framing NQ, just to build more conviction with the driver, with the narrative, entry model being the last thing, right? And so this is enough of a framework to tell, okay, if ES isn't stopping it, so then NQ is going to reach its draw, this and ultimately there. So already established framework prior to the driver, what should the 930 driver do? Expand away from it, clear enough of a range, enough range opposing candle, clean manipulation. Not just this manipulation, this idea would be more based off of ES breaking through the previous day level, as this would have been the only level responsible or supposed to make it go lower. So this was Omby's entry in NQ, high of the week and range high being the objective. Around there, a bit optimized entry, assuming this is a protected low and clear established protected swing, clean narrative, right? Proper established narrative, established swing found prior to the 930 driver. Driver is supposed to expand, so we would try to frame prior to the driver, which is 930. So this being the idea. and 930 comes around there and expands away from your entry, because we had good narrative on the high time frame. We had established framework, established protected swing on the low time frame prior to the driver. Driver is supposed to expand that, and so this was owned by his entry. This here, away, same framework you can see, framing Wednesday's daily candle, not worrying much about Tuesday's low time frame framework, but focusing, putting more emphasis on how the Tuesday's daily candle closed. Regardless of how it closed on the lower time frame, it is confirming the reversal of here. So just framing continuation to the draw. So that idea, framing 6 a.m. H4 and 10 a.m. just a little bit, and framing this 9 a.m. which concludes the 9:30 in it includes. So owned by incorporated M15 framework as well. I could tell you about it as well. And this was his entry which I just told you about. After this closure, next this kind of on the doji candle, he did not take a partial around high of the week, I guess. 930 is here. He took partials in this candle. This candle, okay. High of the week is around, this is previous day high level, I guess so. High of the week is here. Yes, he took partials in this candle, took entry in this candle. Okay, good. And let us watch the M15 framework as well. Just failure swings. Even if I wanted to frame NQ shorts, I would not be comfortable framing it off of here, neither off of here, neither off of here, neither off of here. So all these swings aren't relevant to me. A swing which is a bit relevant to me is current high of the week. So that is where I am putting my targets, from where price could reverse off of, right? I'm not so worried about these swings, as to me logically, even if I wanted to frame shorts, frame a reversal off of these swings, I would not. These aren't the relevant levels. This is a bit of relevant level, and the main relevant level being this. So that's why framing towards it, and why I was giving emphasis to ES previous day level. You can see it from the hourly chart, you can see it from the 15-minute chart. This is a level where a protected swing could form to frame shorts, right? So that's why I was paying attention to here. Like if it really forms a framework to short off of here, or if it fails to form a framework here, like if it is failing to form the framework here, it is supposed to go to the next swing. But still, even though it has a protected swing, it may not completely reach there, but if it fails to form the reversal of a fair, it will reach towards this. But this being the kind of weak asset and not the best asset, framing NQ with the previous framework as well and confirming the idea with ES failing to reverse off of previous day. You can see this on the M15 as well, this SMT as well. This was SMT, I guess, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Yes, this here you can use this, or you can just simply see this. All the failure swings which you can see on the M15, all manipulated prior to 930 driver. Immediate manipulation, immediate move back up. So I am framing my entry around here, right, with the expectation of 930 driver just expanding away while having a protected swing formed prior to it and having clear convictional narrative. So why not? This is where the entry is. I would mark it up so that we can see it on M15 chart as well. See, I'm capitalizing, I am trying to frame a position here after having a clear protected swing here. All these unprotected swing, immediate manipulated, immediate move back up, aligning the ES framework. So I hope this helped you a bit and see how I personally, my I personally frame or invalidate my ideas, sometimes wait for more info, sometimes frame early, and my thought process, like even though I'm framing NQ, why and how I'm giving relevance to the correlated assets where I'm putting my focus on, this not being a level of concern in NQ, this being a concern in ES. So these things may not, you may not get these in hindsight charts, but in live charts with live trades, this is a hell of an advantage, I would say. And if you people have any doubts about this, you can ask. Like even though the daily profile would align London reversal, you can take early New York entries, but more so focused on narrative. Why this direction? Why that direction? And when or where my idea would be completely validated or completely invalidated. That's where I would wait, or I would use my personal discretion, like incorporating this thing of seeing how ES reacts to the previous day high is a personal discretional idea, right? So these things are situational, may vary situation to situation. The only thing which you can do to get better at this is stack more experience. Okay, so I would end this recording to start a new one for the other recap. Okay, no doubts. So yes, okay. Have a good day. Meet you next time.